Hi, my name is Adrian Gonzalez, and today I'm going to talk about motivation. But besides motivation per se, I will show you a couple of simple, powerful tips so we can all better understand how we can keep and stay motivated. So, welcome. This is New Perspectiva, the podcast that you will enjoy and talks about life tips, brands, business cases, and all of this with Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian is an engineer with MBA, book author, so passionate to learn new things which he loves to share with you guys. So welcome and enjoy today's topic. People, how are you? Well, before getting into today's topic, first, I want to take a moment to thank all the people that are starting to follow me on these different platforms and enjoying this podcast. This chat that I do for all the people in the world so we all can learn, grow, and thrive. So if you're listening to this, I just want to thank you. Just thank you. So back to today's topic, we're going to talk about the science behind the motivation and how to keep us motivated within a new discipline or new practice that we are performing. And the main question will be, what motivates us? Like, what moves us to do something as a discipline or a time dedication to practice that task that we want? And I will tell you that all start with a cue. Yes, a cue, like a moment, a conversation that we have with ourselves, like that self-talk that make us think about it. And it can be resumed like in the microsecond that we start talking to ourselves about the following. And with this, I'm gonna introduce you to these 5 quick questions that our brain does to proceed to motivate into a new practice or discipline. And these 5 questions are the following. First will be, do we like it? Like, do we like it? This discipline, this practice? The second could be, do we think that we have the talent or it is easy for us to do it? The third will be, will I like to be the best on it? The fourth can be, how will I feel with the status that this will bring me? It's like the status. And the fifth, and one of the most important is, do I will sacrifice or negotiate part of my time to get on it? And why this fifth is the most important? Because remember, we only have 24 hours in a day, and that is an universal thing. Like any human being in the world only have 20 hours in a day in order to dedicate full time to a task, habit, practice, discipline, call it as you want to. But we have to negotiate with ourselves within our schedules in order we can start performing that new discipline, that responsibility that we will self-impose. So that is one of the, like if you ask me of these 5 questions, I like it, I have the talent or it's easy for me, would I be the best, what is the status that it will bring me? And the fifth is like, I will sacrifice time for it. This time thing is one of the most important because we need time to dedicate it. So, but once these 5 questions are check, we will feel full motivated to start this thing. Could be a job, could be a task, could be a sport. If you feel it, you sense it, you will start. And with this, let me tell you a story of this woman called Lauren Flyman, also known as Lauren Jumps. And this is a girl that always wants to start skipping or as its real meanings is jumping rope. She always wanted until she started on April 2020 during pandemic. But the story is that she always has the will, but no time to practice it. So here's one of the questions that I mentioned before. Do I have the time to putting into practice? Will I negotiate with my rest of 24 hours that I have to perform this activity? And the answer for her before was she could not because she has like all of us a 9 to 5 job. So she was unable to perform it. But in pandemic, she started to perform this activity as a full time. And you should see her now. In fact, after listening to this podcast, go and look for her. It's Lauren Jumps, and you will see how this girl do this keeping. And you can see all the progress that she has been doing. Like when she started, then she started like dancing with the rope after doing tricks, like one hand skipping. Well, she is very good at it. And at the beginning, she can barely jump or do like a minute sequence. And right now, she's actually a skipping instructor. So that is one of the important things to know that I will share how she could get motivated. And it's easy. We call it here like we should know the segment that we are so we can keep motivated. And with this, we will go more with like a science project that I will share with you. And it's called the Goldilocks principle. But before talking about this principle, I would like to share with you a trick part that happens that everybody like suffers is like how we keep motivated because motivation has a trick part. It can be easily turned down. With what? Well, with our mood, also with the environment. Just let's put as an example. Let's say that I want to run in the mornings. I want to keep motivated to do some outdoor running in the morning. But that day the weather is not with us. Or maybe it's raining or freezing, making us unable to accomplish that task that day. And that can be a demotivation trigger. And with this, I will talk about real quick 5 tips to keep us motivated when you are entering into a new practice or discipline. So, real quick, the first one, I always say, read about it. You have to embrace yourself, to investigate, to follow people that do the same discipline that you are doing, to talk with people that do that practice so you can share thoughts, concepts, and you get more involved. So, first one, read about it. Second, always look for the bright side. If you're working in a new job, new task, new sport, see always the bright side that will bring us if we keep doing it. At least do a quick list. So the days that you don't feel with the impetus or with the mood or you're lazy about it, with this bright side list in your mind, for sure a new mood can work for you and keep track of continuing doing it. So third, remember your goals. At least also have a list of the reasons of why you want to start that job, that discipline, that task. And that reasons will be your objective that will motivate you to have that willness to go that day, to run that day, to make it through those difficulties. Fourth, stuck with previous habits. This is one thing that James Clear explained that if you have a habit, let's say you have like a morning routine to go to work, let's say like as soon as you wake up, you take a shower, you put your clothes, you get ready, you can stack a new habit within it. So let's say like you want to put going to the gym or doing some exercise in the morning. What you can do is like put the gym before, like to stack it, like before getting ready, I will go first to the gym, and once I finish my gym routine, then I will proceed with my regular habit of getting ready to go to work. Like me after gym, then I will shower, get ready, take breakfast, etc. So what you're doing is you're stacking a habit with another habit that you're already performing. And the fifth tip to keep motivated is, remember this phrase, is like the percentage of something that you did is 100% of doing nothing. This means, let's say that you usually take 1 hour to complete a gym routine or to do a sport or task. But there's a day that you are late or the gym is closing within 35 minutes. Well, remember that if you have like half of the time to do your routine, that says 50% to do that routine or 50% to spend the time in the gym, that 50% will be 100% of doing nothing. So don't judge yourself because you are late one day or you cannot make it with the whole time that you will expect it. Don't lose the desire because that day, that time you spend, that percentage will be 100% of doing nothing. So when you're doing your goals, remember the SMART goals. I don't know if you know them. That's a very specific, measurable, are achievable, realistic, and time frame. But of these five, the one that we must follow to be motivated is that to be realistic and achievable. Yes, if you're doing a task or a goal or a process that you want to keep motivated, the two things are that you have to put a limit and have to be that new goal achievable and realistic. And with this, I will tell you the Goldilocks principle. Well, the Goldilocks is a children's story about the three bears in which a young girl named Goldilocks takes three different bowls of porridge and finds that she prefers the porridge that is neither too hot nor too cold. And she selects the one that is with the right temperature. And the concept is just to select the right amount that is easily understood, that can be applied within the range of our discipline that we are going to perform. And this applies in psychology, biology, economics, engineering, and why not motivation? So if you're starting like a new discipline, you want to keep motivated, keep the Goldilocks principle. Put in the segment that you are good. Don't put goals too far because maybe you will get demotivated. Don't put goals too easy because also you will get bored. So put the goals of what you can reach, what is achievable, what is realistic, so you can go for it and keep motivated. And with this, I'm going to tell you an analogy that happens in Formula One. I don't know if you see Formula One, and I will explain very easy. In Formula One are like 10 teams, and each team has two cars. And these cars obviously race each other for winning, but as soon as you are in a position, you some points in order to be that year winner, or as they say, the world champion. So imagine there are 20 cars racing within more than 20 races within a year. But all not the 20 cars can win. Like me, they will love to win every race, of course. But it's quite impossible because the competitivity and all this stuff, these variables, make them to be more realistic of the status of their team. And what I mean with that, every team has a position that they know, and they have a clear goal that they can achieve, a realistic goal that they can achieve. And when they focus to that goal, they are motivated to keep pushing through all these races. And I will put it like it's in a segment. And the segment will be like, for example, the cars that are in the position from the 20 to the 11, they will fight not to win the race, but they will fight to enter to a position above 10, because that position above 10 give points to them. They earn points. So if they are like a team that is not so good, that they always finish behind 11, they will fight to enter above 10 so they can earn points. Then the second segment will be, if I'm finishing 10 and above, my team will fight for the best position in the construction championship. The construction championship is the other prize that make the car go and have more, budget. As soon as you are like on top, you get more budget for next year. So what I mean is, like, if I'm 10 or above in the position, I will not find like to win the race. Like, yes, that will be great, but my main goal to be motivated is to fight for the construction championship. And the other segment will be the one that are like in the position 1 or 2, that they will focus then to finish first and be world champions. And as you see, there are 3 segments that every car, every team already know, and they will push to fight for them, for that objective, not to win or be world champion, but to that specific objective. That it could be earning points, that could be a construction championship, like have a good position in the construction championship, or in the pole position, be a world champion. But this is one of the things that keep them motivated. So if you're starting a new discipline, new thing, go for the Goldilocks principle. Don't go too high because maybe you get too motivated. Don't go too low. Go in the segment that you are. Practice with a person that has the same capacity that you. Let's say that you're starting, playing ping pong. Maybe practice with someone that is on your level so you can earn more motivation and you can keep pushing yourself. So to sum up, we have always the 5 cues that is that I will like it, that I have the talent, that is easy for me. Will I be the best of it? This practice will bring me status. Do I will sacrifice time to put on it? And if the answer is yes, then separate a time so you can work on it and go with your segment that you know so you can keep motivated. As I said, the Goldilocks principle. So thank you once more for enjoying this podcast. We always like to keep pushing and keep writing more info. So if you like it, please share it, save it. My name is Adrian Gonzalez, author of the book Morning Zen. If you haven't read it, go ahead, go to Amazon and look for this Morning Zen by Adrian Gonzalez. Go and buy it, you will love it. Well, guys, thank you once more and see you in the next one. This is New Perspectiva, the podcast that you will enjoy and talks about life tips, brands, business cases, and all of this with Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian is an engineer with MBA, book author, so passionate to learn new things which he loves to share with you guys. So welcome and enjoy today's topic.